What is up, hunters and scrappers? Welcome to the Hunting and Scrapping channel. I am your wonderful host for today. So, got a truck bed full of mess, and it's been riding back here for a long time. These computers, you saw a couple of videos back, these old computers. I've got some other stuff from the computer place that we stop at. Box full of cables. I've got some wire to go through. There's a little server box here. We've got some ballasts. But I figured we got a few minutes. We got an afternoon. We got some time. And we'll go through this stuff and look at it. And I figured it might be neat to see what's in these computers. Let you kind of see how I get some of the small nitty-gritty stuff and how I handle that and what I do with all that. So we'll get started. We will get started here. Just a box. This might be a boring video to you, but you know what? It'll be all right. And get you a cup of coffee or Mountain Dew or something and sit by and relax, chill out, and we'll just have us a grand old time. So this is just all these computer parts and stuff. I just clip all the ends off of them. Little cord. Probably, I mean, this is nothing, but it's gonna go in my junk cable box, and then this is going in the scrapyard. Scrap pile. So we're just gonna get all these little nitty-gritty pieces here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all these little small electric wires and stuff like that, all this small stuff is considered copper insulated 45, where I go to the scrapyard at. And the 45 is just simply 45% recovery on the amount of copper that they get out of it, you know, minus the insulation and stuff like that. Is 45%. It's 45%, and then of course, you know, they have 55% and 75% and all that. Keyboard. So that's kind of how they handle it where I go. I'm not sure how they consider it. I'm pretty sure, you know, copper number 2 is copper number 2. Copper number 1 is copper number 1. You know, anything bigger than a pencil lead, if you bend it, it stays. That type deal. It's like some kind of battery or something. Weird. But that's kind of how they do it where I go. Man, everything is jumbled up in here. But I know that across the board, you know, I watch a bunch of scrapping channels on YouTube, as I'm sure you do. If you have stumbled your way here, if you have found the Hunting and Scrapping channel, I'm sure that you are interested in it, or you get a kick out of it, or either you just came to the dark side of YouTube and stumbled upon it somehow. But you know that scrap prices, copper prices are still doing relatively good. I know that scrap, like just your regular metal and stuff, has gone down some, but you know, copper prices and everything are still good. I watch a guy who's over in Australia, and he does a lot of electronic stuff, and so he obviously has a lot of wire and things, and he was talking about how good the prices were for him too. So I think it's pretty much across the board that prices are doing pretty good. So we're gonna take our time. Well, not take our time. We're gonna get it done as fast as we can. We're gonna get all this wire that we can. So I'm assuming that all this stuff is just, they go through and do little installs and stuff at this computer place, and these are the leftovers. I know that in these things there's little transformers and stuff, but well, this one's got some screws, so we'll take it apart and look at it. Let's see here. Where are we going? Let's see if we can. We'll see if it's worth it. I know that sometimes these things, you know, they've got little copper transformers in them and stuff, so since that one has screws in it. Oh yeah, it's got a nice little board. And several little wounds of copper. So hey, I'm glad that this video is going on because ordinarily I probably wouldn't have even looked in here. But yeah, we'll get that out. Sweet. Sweet. Oh. We are good. Pretty sure that's a piece of aluminum. Yeah, get those apart. Just another little box. So now you know, inside your little power supply box, now you know what's in there. Now you know. Okay, we're pretty much done with this box. Not too much else in here. Various parts. I did find this insane. So each one of these is like an individual little fan. So this had to be, see, little individual like computer fan. That is crazy. That had to be some kind of huge server rack or something. That's a lot of fans. I mean, they're not that big, but that's a lot. So anyway, that box is pretty much done. I'm gonna throw all this junk in here. And this box got rained on, so of course it will still fall apart. Everything's been rained on, so maybe it won't completely fall through. Add more junk to my junky garage here. So we got a couple of computers. Well, actually, let's take one of these older ones apart first because I really want to see what's in these older computers. I'm assuming that since these are older, when people still had sense, the trusty dusty Phillips head would work and you didn't have to use all those dumb different types of screws. But, oh, hello, Belle. But she is heavy. So this is Aquarius USA. Not sure, never heard of that. But she has some age on her, that is for sure. Aquarius, this was that MicroQuest computer, 250 megabytes. It's tiny now these days. But let's take this bad boy apart here and see what all we got going on here. Maybe lose a screw in the garage, get a flat tire. Maybe. Seems about right. Alright, now I don't have a clue. This is not, I can get into the new ones pretty easy because they all come apart the same. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it basically looks just like, it's really clean in there too. This has an Intel DX i486. That's got some age on it. And the memory strips in there are really, really small. But this thing has definitely got some age on it. But we're gonna get all this ribbon wire out of here and get all these wires and boards out of here. Man, I would love to have seen this thing in action. It's pretty, it's got some age on it, that's for sure. But it's set up, I mean, it's set up just like any of the older, I mean, any of the newer stuff. You can just tell this board is tiny and it's got a floppy drive. It doesn't even have a CD drive of any type in it. It's pretty neat. like the ones you used to play Oregon Trail on at elementary school, probably. All right, so we're getting a good start on it here. We are just about done with these computers. We got one more old one over here, but I want to take a look at this server board right here. So this has, why it's so heavy, is it has that huge transformer right there, and some scrap yards will take those just like they are. These bigger ones, I'll try to do another video on it. I'm not sure how exciting it'll be, but I have, a container of these, and I like to cut them and get the copper out of them. But first thing to do before you waste your time doing that is make sure that the winding is actually copper. Just scratch one of the wires that's wound up in there, or whatever. Some leaves in there, and make sure that it is indeed copper, because some of this newer stuff, the wires and such are aluminum, and what would have been right here would have been some batteries. So the computer place that I guess they go ahead and get the batteries out, they may scrap those. I know that a lot of times, like you can tell here, the big power cord has already been cut, so they go through and they do scrap some of this stuff out themselves, but they let me get majority of it, and I'm definitely not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. Maybe you've never heard that saying, look it up, but I'm not gonna knock anything that's free and complain about it, because there's still tons and tons of good stuff in here. Probably gonna fast forward through some of this, but I was showing you these. These are, I mean, they're solid aluminum, clean aluminum. That's some good stuff there. So those big heat sinks, there's some here too. I'll probably get those off, but I'm gonna work on trying to get this board out of here first. I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna be able to easily access all of these screws that are in here. To be sure, that's not the only one. There's one. They kind of hide out. And let's see. Okay, it's still being held in place somewhere in here, but I just don't see it. Oh boy. So these things are a little bit trickier. The computers are pretty much standard across the board. If you get inside inside a computer, for the most part, it's going to look the same and it's going to come apart the same. And it's not too difficult. So I'm not sure what exactly is holding this one in place, but a lot of this stuff I just try to get big with and see what I can do. I got one little screw here. Got a wire on, but most of them are the same. These little specialty ones can get a little crazy sometimes. So I'm sorry also that you have to look at my junky garage. I've started about 3 times to get Christmas stuff up, and then we started working up in the attic on a bonus room, and it's just a mess. Just a mess. But we'll get it clean one day. So I mentioned last time about trying to get some hunting videos up. I had a buddy contact me. He's entered into a coyote hunting contest and wants me to ride along and get some footage. So that should be pretty exciting. He's got way more money than I do. So he's got, as you can see, I'm standing here scrapping out computer parts. But he's got all kinds of thermals and night vision and all that stuff, and we can do that here in North Carolina. We can hunt them all the time. And so that is coming up later this month. So that should be fun. And I had intended to get some footage of the hunting property that I have here and some of the ideas I have coming up for this year, but as you've seen in a lot of the videos, it has done nothing but rain, and I'm not going to get out in that and try to make any videos while it's pouring down rain. But hopefully coming up soon we'll be able to do that, and hopefully we'll get a couple dogs down. Well, I won't, but they're going to do the hunting, and well, maybe they'll let me do it. I don't know, but they're kind enough to invite me along, and I am really looking forward to that. That should be a good time. Where in the world is this other screw in it? I do not understand. What's going on here? Is it on the bottom? Unbelievable. Okay, well, I don't know where we left off. I think I was getting ready to get mad with something, and the camera battery died. So it was probably a good thing that it died. But we got pretty much everything torn apart. I'll turn around here. So this is everything. These are our server boards, computer boards, all that stuff. These are the kind of boards that you want to look for. I mean, tons of aluminum, tons of copper pieces, memory cards with the gold on the end, more copper. like this one right here, tons of aluminum, good aluminum, lots of copper. These are the kind of boards that you want to try to find. If your yard doesn't take boards, then I guess just take the computers in as whole. But these are the two transformers that were out of the two big server boxes that I had, and I thought this was really cool. Oh, sorry about the finger. I had never seen this kind of copper before, but it's like what's that noodle, like linguine or something? It's like flat. It's flat and it's solid, but I scratched a piece, and as you can see, definitely copper. Haven't looked at that one, but that was cool. So we're gonna get all the copper out of that at some point. But we've got everything torn apart. I got the wire out of that aluminum BX, and this by the way is aluminum. That outside casing is aluminum. Pretty much got everything torn apart here. That's gonna go. I'm gonna try to take it tomorrow. Just got one motor. This right here is number one. It's really thick stuff. I probably should try to strip all that, but that is a lot. Just a little bit of wire over there that's gonna go in my wire bucket. So we'll take all this tomorrow. That little box of junk, there's some of that's just the real cheap, no good wire. But we've got this little bit of shred and pretty much everything here. And before I end the video, I do want to show you, I saw this. This is not original to me, but I wanted to show you. I used to just get the little red. In fact, I'll show you. Hold on one second. We'll come right back. Okay, so I wanted to show you real quick. So used to, when I was stripping wire, I would just use these, you know, the traditional little wire stripping pliers. Kind of gouge it a little bit, and then you can pull the coating off. Well, this stuff right here, this is like your typical house wire, and the coating on there is sometimes on there pretty good. If you don't get the super slick kind, it is really difficult to strip. So I saw this guy, hold on, I'm trying to do this one-handed here. I saw this guy, he put it in his vise, and you just hold it tight, and then you take a knife and you cut up towards the vise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to set the camera down here and see if I can show you a piece and how easy it is, because it changed my life. So anyway, like I was saying, I wanted to show you this because it changed my life. So I've got my piece of wire in the vise here, and I've just got a simple knife. I mean, this is probably one out of my tackle box or something. The only issue with this is you have to keep your knife constantly sharp, because you're pulling it against metal and it will dull it out pretty quick. But I wanted to show you, so this is a pretty decent strand, probably 3 feet or so. But I just start down here at the end. And of course, it's probably not gonna work this now that I'm trying to show you, but start it down here, and go straight up. And as you can see, I've already got this whole piece right here done. And then it'll just kind of curl up on it. Oh no, are you guys okay? Hold on. Hey, you okay in there? Anyway, you get the picture. And then of course you have to finish the ends off. But as you can see, it just takes one side of the coating off, and then it's just, everything comes right off. And that is so much faster than having to use those pliers. And see where I was holding it, you have to kind of just take your knife and finish off the end there, which isn't difficult. It doesn't take long. It's still way faster than trying to use those pliers. And I wish that was original to me, but anyway, there you go. See, whole piece done. But I wanted to show you that, and maybe that'll, if you're into the stripping wire stuff, maybe you can, maybe that'll help you out. But anyway, so we're done. We're going to clean up in here, and I'm gonna take all that stuff tomorrow and I'll let you know what we get. We'll finish out the video tomorrow once we take all that. So thanks for coming along tonight, and I'll catch back up with you tomorrow. All right, boys and girls, we are at the scrapyard. It's obviously the next day. We've got our little truck bed full of small goodies, and we are fourth in line here. Everybody's loving these new high prices at the scrapyard. But they're busy today. They got all kinds of stuff going on. Everybody, truck's blowing their horn. Look at this guy over here. I don't know what he's got, but he is squatted down. Woo, good grief. That's all that Frontier wants over there. He's probably got brake rotors or something. Gotta be. Yep, that's what it is. Rotors. But he's squatted down. But we're in line. We're gonna see what we can do. Beautiful day today. Absolutely beautiful day. We're gonna see what we can do. I'll tell you what, the old white goods pile has shrunk. There ain't nothing out here today. Absolutely nothing out here today. Okay, we're all done. That was a quick little scrapyard trip. That's about as quick as they come for me. I don't normally roll without the trailer full, but I'm trying to get the back of my truck cleaned out. I'm ashamed of what the back of my truck looks like. So trying to get that taken care of. We got $95 today. I think it was like 33, 34, 35 for the, the shred pile, shred steel. $44 for the electric boards, the high grade boards. That's your best bet. That was what most of our money was today. And I had one copper motor, a couple of light ballasts, and that was about it. So I was interested to see, I had one whole computer. I haven't sold a whole computer in a long time, and it was $4.20. I wanted to see what that was. But I think it's definitely worth my time to get the boards out and the wire out and stuff. So that's what we got today. And thanks for tuning in. And thank you for the support for the channel. Continue to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And hopefully it'll dry out. It's sunny today, more rain tomorrow. Hopefully if it'll dry out soon, we can get the trailer full again, get the truck full again. Have some longer videos, lots of metal, and
and like I said earlier, hopefully some coyote hunting coming up soon. So continue to stay tuned. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you on the next one.